Welcome back to the WGL EU, the final day of Super Week here. And, well, it wouldn't be right if we didn't have Virtus.Pro somewhere in the mix. And, of course, they need an opponent, and it's going to be Stronk. And, well, we've seen some interesting performances from Virtus.Pro this season. I don't know what to make of them anymore. It's like Virtus.Plow and Virtus.Throw combined into one sometimes. You don't know where you're sat, right? So what do we make of them in this matchup? Because Stronk have also been able to upset a couple of teams, pick up some really good results. This is actually quite a volatile matchup.
Yeah, I think Stronk Siema has been great this season. They've had some really awesome results. I've been really impressed by them. I mean, they've been backwards and forwards, but I think they've been one of those teams which come into the season being a new team and not really knowing what they can achieve, and then actually achieving quite a lot and being, you know, one of those teams that can do very well in the next season of the WGLU. And Virtus.Pro, they've had like 3 games where they played very badly, you know, some tiebreakers, and it's certainly not to help them out in the long run. You can see, you know, 3 games lost, a couple of tiebreakers in there as well where they've won them, and in 4th place. It's okay. But you can see Synergy, you know, with that win, they brought them all up to 18 points. Stronk Siema in 8th place. They could get themselves up a few more places, 1 more place indeed. And they are vying for a playoff spot right now. And
that's the thing. Stronk, as you mentioned, coming into this, not exactly the highest tier team in the world, but they've come in and they've shown so much potential throughout their first couple of games. And you guys at home seem to love them as well. Don't get me wrong, the Polish community is always so phenomenally loud, vocal, and passionate about their teams. It's always great to see them doing well in this and actually being able to step up for their community.
It's the Poland ball. That's what it does it for them. It's great. It's a great invention. But I'm actually quite worried here for Virtus.Pro because Stronk Siema, they had that great result this week in Super Week against Kazakru on our first map, Ruhenberg, where it was they won 3 out of 4 rounds. So really strong result for them. And then Virtus.Pro ding. Shaky as hell on this kind of map. So right now, actually, I'm pretty confident for Stronk Siema.
I think this could be a real upset game, but it's not just about what we think. Melly, the people at home want to get their thoughts through to us because I know there's a big community behind these teams.
Absolutely.
Where can they do so?
They can head over to facebook.com/WGLEU and get involved in our vote. Just click the team logo of your favorite team and then predict the exact scoreline in the text field below. Send it off and hope for the best, because if you're one of the 3 fastest persons to guess the correct scoreline of this matchup, you might win a bonus code, and those bonus codes contain 500 gold and 8 days of premium. Another way of getting involved is of course via Twitter. So if you're not following WGLEU already, you should do so, because we're keeping you live updated during the matches. I have such a hard time of speaking today.
Englando is hard.
It is.
Englando is hard. I struggle, and I am from Englando. But anyway, enough from us butchering English. Let's see if the teams can get it right. Stronk, I want to hear their thoughts on the matchup at hand.
Virtus.Pro was the best team in this league, but they lost some matches in this season. Maybe they will lose against us. We'll try to show you our best side and defeat them. That will be really hard, but who knows? Maybe lucky will come with us and we do that.
Quiet, but not too confident there, but saying you'll try their best. I think that's the best way to come into this as well, because of course on paper Virtus.Pro are the giants for a reason. They've won various tournaments. They are renowned as one of the best. But we've said Stronk do have a chance here. Yeah,
quiet and considered where the way I would actually describe Guzio. He's been a real linchpin for their team, not just as a team leader, but also a damage dealer. He was for very much the majority of the season the highest damage dealer for Stronk Siema. Right now, I would be scared if I was Virtus.Pro, but Stronk Siema still have to play the A game.
Well, that's the thing. And let's hear from Virtus.Pro themselves how they feel coming into this matchup.
I can't tell anything about Stronk Siema because I don't know them. We aim to become the champions, so we need to outperform each teams. Do I see any similar playstyles in Polish teams? Honestly, no, because nationality doesn't matter in this game.
That's almost fighting words.
Kusok wrecking my interview questions.
Kusok does not give a flying...
No, it's just like, yeah, your questions, yeah, whatever, you know, they're relevant. Just yeah.
Nice try.
Yeah,
you know,
nice,
good luck, Ollie, trying to build a storyline. Not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. You can't build that storyline.
No,
I can see you wanting to build it.
Yeah, he was like, I can see you trying to say, you know, Polish teams with a certain play style that we have to keep in mind. He's like, no, we don't care.
No.
We are Virtus.Pro, and we might win some games, sometimes, maybe. Anyway, surprising map pool. It's 2 brand new maps you've never seen before. Ruinberg, and I believe it's pronounced Himmelsdorf. I'm not too sure. If I've got that wrong, you know, let me know. It's never said it before, of course. But the one thing I want to challenge you guys out at home, of course, with, and this is going to get Melly involved as well. And we like to keep Melly on her toes, because otherwise she goes wild in Twitch chat, and we have to really keep her in check. The Keepos and Kappas come out flying. But I want to see whichever community is the loudest, and who's really supporting their team, because Virtus.Pro do have fans, surprisingly.
It's scaring me, Lauren.
And Stronk have the same. So what's the best way, do you think? Using the hashtag WGLEU?
WGLEU and then hashtag Stronk or hashtag VPro.
Sounds good. All right, guys, support your teams. That's what I want to hear from them. We're going to get Melly keeping an eye on that and get vocal. Support who you think is going to win this game. Guys, let's get ready for Ruinberg.
Ruinberg, a mixed type map. The defending team starts the battle on the green, and the attacking team starts at the central square of the town. Bases are located quite far from each other. Both bases are better controlled from the village. It's better to attack the first base through the top direction with the help of several well-armoured heavy tanks. For the attack on the second base, it's better to use a more mobile setup and either play through the centre or split forces. In general, the map is not easy to play on. Teams often use blind shots and risky shifting of the forces from one flank to another.
Alrighty, welcome into Ruinberg. We are live into this one, and on the attack is Stronk. They're going to have to bring their A game here, and on the defensive side is Virtus.Pro. Now, we know these two teams are proficient at this one, Ollie. Who's got the advantage here? Well,
this is Virtus.Pro's map pick, so that's definitely something you have to keep in mind, and maybe not surprising since they did win 3 out of 4 rounds against Ding with some good play, but Strong Siema did the same result versus Kazna Crew with a lot of heavy tanks, a lot of eastern side play, and you can see Strong Siema wants to vie for that one again. Against Kazna Crew, they simply set up in cap number 2, got presence in that eastern side, very decisive around the corners, and really punished Kazna for being a little bit too passive in a lot of respects.
But here we go, Stronk are making their move. Now the crossfire can be pretty darn potent from Bishop and Karitz if they're left to their own devices. However, they're certainly not. Speed and Catch Me will be paying their attention towards it, but already a lot of damage going towards Stronk. But the same can be said towards Virtus.Pro. They're not getting away with this scot-free, and actually, it looks like Stronk are pushing straight on towards the battle.
And Karitz is just going to provide a little bit of armored shield for Bishop, but yeah, Strong Siema going for that same tactic they did against Kazna Crew, super aggressive towards that right side, ignoring Bishop, ignoring Karitz, and just going full into that eastern side. But still, Speed and Catch Me do need to start working.
There we go. They finally took down Karitz, but that was the plan here. Bishop has cover from one angle. Speed knows that. He's going to take the head-on-head fight here. He needs to win this one out. Good little ram comes in. They should have the show about the same time, but Sue's going to help him out there. Speed now in trouble, though. The fire comes in from that eastern village. He gets swept off the map. But Virtus.Pro are starting to dwindle in numbers.
But this is great for Strong Siema. They have the eastern side. They have the 0 line as well. It was a 2-for-1 exchange. Karitz and Bishop both went down. So actually, good start for the Polish team. You can see Virtus.Pro trying to win those exchanges around the corners. Let's hope Strong Siema can just go forwards. You know, start exchanging, try and do some damage, get that advantage, as Ojek has actually found his way onto the flank.
That's quite sneaky from Ojek, actually. That T-37, of course, can be melted down as it is by Kusok, but gets good information, gets some good damage, actually allows a little bit of respite to get Strong closer towards the opponents. So Lucas, Guccio, Steroids, and Formula going to be looking for this, joined by Catch Me on that eastern side. Can they find anything out of this one? Just Cause going walkabouts. This has got a little bit tense now.
A little bit tense and slowed down for sure. And Strong Siema clearly playing at a slower game. as Virtus.Pro try and get Just Cause on the flank. Good way to actually find a new direction onto Strong, Siema, and Stronk have started the cap with Stu Ride, so it's going to force Virtus.Pro out of their kind of cubby holes, which I think Strong Siema really needs at this point in time. They need to get Virtus.Pro out of their stationary positions, as Just Cause just lands a very high roll onto the side of Formula.
Yeah, he's now down to 571 HP, really not in the best of positions. And it seems that Stronk have kind of ground to a halt. I'm hoping there may be a little bit more to their plan, a little bit more to come, but so far they're just catching those shells. The Virtus.Pro are just lobbing through this map as Breakneck at least gets one back, but slowly but surely, Stronk are really lacking in HP, down to 3.4k overall. Breakneck taking another, but none without reply.
I really think Strong Siema are missing the trick right now. They need to be aggressive into that village. They really need to have used that 8-line, 0-line even, just pushed around the corner, use that overmatch as they finally are doing, but it might just be a little bit too late.
I agree, they didn't take the moment when it was there, but Formula's still fighting this one through. Breakneck goes down, and they might still be able to turn this one around. Starting to struggle though. Can they get the damage done? The crossfire coming in from Just Cause is perfect. Great positioning from him. Coca-Cola's going to find Guccio, as now Lucas and Steroids surrounded on all fronts. They know the job is done as Virtus.Pro pick up round 1 and keep Stronk kicked down to the ground. But I feel, and I think you're in the same boat, that there was an opportunity then for Stronk and they just didn't take it.
Yeah, the way they managed to beat Kansler, which is a feat of their own. I mean, Kansler crew hadn't up until that point actually lost the defense around on Ruinberg. Is that they got control of that 0 line. They kept the T-54 there, and then they pushed that T-54 down the 0 line, then had all their IS-3s go as well with that T-54, go around the corner, just destroy the IS-3s that were sitting there, and then they've already got the overmatch in that respect. Instead, this time they were really like shaky. They're like, holy shit, we've actually managed to get an advantage against Virtus.Pro. And
what do we do with it?
What do we do with it? They were trying to play the side-scraping game. Virtus.Pro had the better positions, and it was never going to work.
But this is always the theory, isn't it? The Virtus.Pro, they can sound arrogant, they come across as this stoic team, but they have a reason to. They have a big name, so when these younger teams come up against them, they still have to overcome that as a factor. It's not so easy to be like, oh, guys, we can actually win this. Suddenly you're like, wait, how do we do it? What do we do now? And you start second-guessing yourself. I think that's just a sign of a younger team, but going forward, surely they can fix that.
I hope so. I mean, the thing is, just getting into that position is already an achievement on its own. I mean, a great play there by Catch Me to take down Bishop. Great play by the rest of the team to take down Creets. Maybe it could have been a little bit quicker, but again, you know, I think it was Just Cause on the side with the T-54. He was just fantastic this game. You know, damage after damage after damage onto the side of Strong Siema. He did 2,500 that round. That's fantastic work from him. So good start here by Virtus.Pro. It is a defensive round on Ruinberg. Not a massive deal. As we said before, about 66% of the time, you do see the defensive team, even 70% of the time, actually winning on this map. So let's see if Strong Siema can fix that little passive problem they had in that first round.
All right, guys. Once again, I have to tell you to this at home. Use that hashtag WGLEU with either Stronk or VPro. Whoever you want to win, let us know. Get vocal, support your team, because they're about to go back into game. 1-0 so far to Virtus.Pro. Stronks now have every opportunity to turn this one around. They got the advantage before. Ollie, can they do it again?
I think so. They're going for exactly the same things, it looks like. I mean, it is a completely normal tactic by Virtus.Pro to push down the 0 line. Maybe the difference will be that Virtus.Pro commits 1 or 2 IS-3s straight away up the 0 line to try and counter those T-54s. We'll have to wait and see. And of course, you know, we've seen some teams, for instance, you know, Virtus.Pro, when they went against Ding, they managed to get some good damage onto the top of the IS-3s, managed to take it down. So, you know, it has a weakness. Every tactic has its weakness. But it's just about exploiting it, as Bishop and Creet start in very much of the same fashion as the last round.
Here we go. Virtus.Pro, the team who say they don't care for their opponents. They don't take them into account. They play their game. They might need to start paying attention, but let's find out if that's going to happen this round or further down the line. Already, the initial damage coming towards Stronk. That's to be expected. But can they turn the tide later on? The fire did not connect towards Creets. That shot does, at least. But this is the plan. Creets is there as a shield almost for Bishop. 23 seconds on the cap. This time they're focusing on it more. They're not giving that one away for free. Guccio will find Creets. Now Bishop a little more vulnerable. Last time Catch Me took that 1-to-1 challenge, and I think Bishop knows that. Well,
actually Bishop already received a shell at this point, so actually Catch Me can't go for the 1-to-1 exchange. And I think Catch Me is also very aware that the tanks from Virtus.Pro were sitting up that 0 line, but still that cap is getting rather low. It just gets reset though.
10 seconds still. This is being kept as a pointing factor, but Stronk have done minimal damage so far, and Guccio's down to almost a one-shot here. Just Cause could be the one to deliver it. No, he turns turret towards Stu. Leaves Catch Me to do the damage. It's Kusok to find Guccio. Stu, the next on the chopping board. He is a sitting duck there, right in the field, just being kicked around like a football. As Catch Me now taking the challenge, going to try and fight off Bishop, but it's not going to go well here, as already Kusok takes down Steroids, freeing up more Virtus.Pro tanks to turn turret towards Catch Me and live up to his name, really. He's going to have the shell a second later, I think, than Bishop. Doesn't seem to make a difference as Speed comes around, but a little too late here. Stronk, they're pulling it back, but they're only down to 3 tanks.
Yeah, this is bad news here for Stronk Siema. Virtus.Pro have so much more hit points to play around with. They don't seem to be overconfident right now, Virtus.Pro, but they are dispatching of their tanks as ex-team captain of Evil Panda Squad, Lucas Shiasti, goes down, leaving Speed and Ojek.
Yeah, and Ojek, sadly, that T-37 last time did go on the flank. He did well for himself, but he did get picked up quite quickly, and I don't think he can really do much here, and I think he knows that. Speed as well, kind of in no man's land, and it's a matter of Virtus.Pro now going hunting. But I guess you could say this is almost standard on Ruinberg. It is quite hard to attack, but then again, you'd also put a lot more faith in the fact that maybe Virtus.Pro can pick up an attacking round so far.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you know, Stronk Siema was super confident, super dismissive of Cancer Crew when they actually were on the attack defensive side. Yeah. So I don't know, be pretty surprised if Virtus.Pro can win a round, but it is a gamble on Ruinberg. It is about getting those exchanges. You can see how quickly the map can go and turn against you if you don't get all the different variables right, if you don't get everything going for you.
One of our tracks is damaged.
Yeah, all those variables not going in favor to Stronk as Pavel will just push down Speed, and that's Virtus.Pro with the victory there. 2 now, 2 points on the board for them, back to back for Virtus.Pro. But now it's the time of can they do it on the attack. Yep. Stronk should be able to at least defend one of these rounds successfully, but a 2-2 and a 3-1 feels like an extraordinarily different scoreline in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Virtus.Pro managed to do it successfully on the attacking side versus Ding. They managed to actually win a nice riddle around there. So I wouldn't be surprised if they managed to do it. I think they actually managed to win 2 rounds on the attacking side versus Ding. So very impressive if Virtus.Pro can repeat a similar performance against what is a very strong Siema lineup. They have some great heavy tank players, some good individual performers. Now looking at the damage quickly, Breakneck 2.2k, Code Curler 1.7k, Kusok also stepping up, who by the way, surprisingly, is actually the highest damage dealer by quite some margin for Virtus.Pro this season. He's really been a staple to that team and necessity for that team, unlike in previous seasons where we've always been like seeing Just Cause or the Breaknecks doing the highest amount of damage.
Well, it's good to see him finding some form, of course, and while the team switch side. Melly, at home, thinking about the votes, the talk, obviously the hashtag. I saw Twitch chat lighting up with those hashtags. Who are people supporting so far?
Clearly Virtus.Pro. So it's really clear in Twitch chat, but the votes has slightly different. 78%, still a clear result. That's the word I was looking for. But still, we saw higher before.
It's true.
And I mean, 2-0. That's pretty clear for now.
Yep.
But time will tell. People, if you haven't voted already, head over to Facebook and get in your votes, because you can win awesome bonus codes, and we all love bonus codes. That's why we participate in our vote. You just have to vote for your favorite team by clicking on the team logo and then predicting the exact scoreline of this matchup. And then we'll see the trend of the community, which team is more favored, in this case 78% Virtus.Pro. And then we'll see if you're lucky and get it right. And if you get it right and you're one of the 3 fastest, you get bonus codes. It sounds easy, it is easy, so participate.
Get involved. But of course, let's bear in mind, back in the days, Virtus.Pro used to get almost 100% votes.
Yes.
I think they were the first team to get the 100% vote, and no one believed in the other side. But
like over a solid time period.
Yeah, and it's only just started to, you know, become a touch more even. But, you know, is this something we're seeing more and more often now, that people are starting to maybe doubt Virtus.Pro here? 'Cause the results aren't great for them. They have lost some games.
I mean, if we compare it to the votes of other teams, we saw other teams reach higher results over a certain time period. Of course, at the start of a vote, it's always very shifted in one direction. But other teams got those higher vote numbers, and it seems like that a trend of Virtus.Pro's voting numbers is going downwards. So.
Well, there's a lot of contenders
The
this
two
season.
losses.
Yeah, we saw at the beginning, Team Supreme was getting like 40% of the votes. Now it's like 80%, 90%.
Yes.
So you can really see how, as the season goes on, our opinions change of teams, and so do the communities.
All right, well, let's find out how that's going to go, as this is the defining factor, to me at least, is can Virtus.Pro pick up this attacking round? And the observers highlighting the 1390s there.
Well, AMX 1390 almost always says that a northern push is coming into the equation. Maybe it's actually Virtus.Pro saying, okay, we are going to dupe you out. We're going to make it seem like we're going for a northern push. We're actually going for an eastern side push. But still, you know, that AMX 1390 will have reload before you get to the 0 line, K0. So it can actually burst down the T-54s or whatever tank is heading there. So this could be really interesting if those AMX 1390s do connect the damage.
Let's see what they can do here. Catch Me and Lucas will be the ones to receive. And I don't think they can really run or hide from this. 3 tanks staring them down. Karit is a sitting duck, but that's fine. He's served his purpose. He's going to provide cover from anything in towards that eastern village, but Catch Me not going down too quickly. He's doing a little bit of damage, but he will be picked up in the end by Breakneck. And now Lucas going to suffer the same fate as Stronk already, lose out on 2 tanks.
I think you could see the 2 T-54s saw the writing on the wall, just push straight forwards and you know, try to do some damage. I think Catch Me should have probably hit that last shell, probably kicking himself for that one. But you know, the AMX 1390s, they had cover from with each other, but they also had cover via Karits with that big MT25. Of course, the MX 1390 very small, a lot of damage. So good start there by Virtus.Pro. Really couldn't ask for any more. Both the T-54s down, AMX 1390s on reload, and then also 3 tanks in the cap.
Yeah, Virtus.Pro coming out here, taking absolutely no prisoners, just pushing everyone out of their way. Look at this Guccio formula, Speed, Stu, all trying to keep eyes on that cap, but Stu's not landing those shots, just driving that one to the ground. 10 seconds left. Aojek and Guccio might have to sacrifice themselves for this. 7 seconds, and it's actually getting a little bit too close for comfort. If they don't land these shots, and they're not, this could be trouble. Virtus.Pro might just pick this up almost for free. Finally, they land them towards Kusok, but look at the damage they're receiving off the back of that. HP just being absolutely decimated. Swiftly falling down. Stronk down to 4.1. Virtus.Pro on 5.1. 1,000 HP in their favor, and the cap still continuing just as strong as Just Cause in the background, providing fire. Guccio left on a 1-shot. Speed as well. Great work from Breakneck coming in from that city side. Oh, stunning play from him, reading the play well as ever. With 1 shell left to make, he might just place that one into Guccio's pocket. We'll have to wait and see. I think he didn't land that one, sadly. But once again, the cap still continues. Just Cause finds formula, and this has been a whitewash for Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, they're just painting the wall with Stronk Siema's blood right now. Great stuff on the attacking side on Rurenberg. Really nice standard play from them. As well, Kusok goes a little bit aggressive, but the cap does reset as Coca-Cola does want to get out of that one. Guccio's a 1-shot. Steroids is plenty of HP, but really not enough tanks to support him, as Guccio does fall team captain of Strong Siema, going down second to last.
And here we go. Steroids. It's a horrible spot to be in. You know that you're done for. And Virtus.Pro make it 3-0. And in quite some convincing fashion. They are not messing around today at all. This looks like the Virtus.Pro that we expect to turn up every single time, and then suddenly they just go quiet, but that worked out very well. Yeah,
I mean, it was almost game over when the 2 T-54s went down. I mean, I don't think they had to be super aggressive going forwards over that 0 line, over K0, but I think they knew that with those 2 MX 1390s there, you know, 1,440 damage, the T-54 has 1,250. They had enough damage to take those T-54s down. They did it with basically losing no hit points. And then once you have that 0 line, you really have, as the defending team, no options to decap. It's really, really hard to do. Ojek falls. That's really the only other option Strong Siema had. You can see Guccio and Speed just taking so much damage. Breakneck's also from the side. And yeah, that's game over.
Yeah, it really was. Virtus.Pro from the very start, not messing around in this game. And we question their performance because it has been a factor in this season. They've been so up and down, hit and miss throughout. And sometimes you'll see this Virtus.Pro and you wonder, why did we ever doubt them? Yeah. And then others, they'll lose games and they'll get games so close to opponents that they just shouldn't be losing to, that you think, are they taking this seriously? It's a genuine factor that maybe they've lost a little bit of that focus sometimes, and it's like, oh, don't worry about it, we'll still be fine. But we were discussing this outside when we were getting a little bit of fresh air, because it's quite warm here. It was just the fact that actually, Virtus.Pro do need this win because they're not safe this season. Normally, they're top 2, they're a mile ahead of everyone else. This time, it's kind of close.
Yeah, they are not sitting pretty right now, and you've also got to consider they've got to play Team Supreme still, so they actually do need to get this win to have a good chance to be in the online playoffs, which of course would get them towards the season finals if they are in the last 2 teams remaining in that bracket. So it's going to be down to how Virtus.Pro plays this next round. It's going very well. 3 out of 4 rounds on Ruinberg. It would be truly incredible if they can get 4 out of 4. But let's see what they can do. If Stronk Siema changes their tactic up and takes 2 IS3s down that 0 line, it'll be a completely different match. And does Virtus.Pro go for the same thing twice? That's my question.
We're going to find out. They're a team that completely disregarded their opponent at the start. I wouldn't be surprised if they say, screw it, we don't need to adapt. Let's not give away our tricks. Let's just stick with the same tactic. It worked once. Want to do it again? Melly, I'm seeing more hashtags. I just see Virtus.Pro. People are starting to believe again, aren't they?
Just, chat is going crazy. I think they will love the next round because we're just at the start of the past round. And it seems like Virtus.Pro has awoken from their, I don't know, hibernation.
Their bear hibernation.
Probably, yeah. Yes, I mean, bear. Oh, you're so funny.
Sorry. Yeah, I do try.
She got it. She got it. She got it. A little late. She's like, bear. Logo.
Language
funny.
barrier. Don't forget it. I'm working on it. It's getting better, but still struggling.
To be fair, I'm English, and sometimes I still don't find what's funny about Ollie's jokes. So
probably
don't worry about it.
Funny.
Exactly. It's not just the truth. We're like, we hope that's a joke. Anyway, back into the game. Final round coming in on Ruinberg here. 3-0 thus far. Sorry.
Carry on. I should have probably pressed cough button when I said that.
Oh, I want to say so many things. Back, but I can't. 3-0 to Virtus.Pro on the attack. Can they pick up the double hit? Can they get the clean slate on Ruinberg? We're going to find out. This is a different start, though.
Yeah, very big F-line push from Virtus.Pro, going straight out the middle. Just Cause leading the charge there in his T-54, and he's really going to have an option. Does he go left or does he go right? He decides to go right. He's got to get himself in that village before Catch Me and Lucas Shasti do start to get the damage down. As Virtus.Pro have a good positional start right now, but then again, Strong Siema still have that eastern village. They're still sitting pretty.
Exactly. Don't write these guys out of it just yet. They can do stuff. They are a talented team. They've been picking up results. But this so far is not reflecting that just yet. Kusok, Bishop, Coca-Cola have to run the gauntlet to get up towards that eastern village. It's certainly not an easy one. Already a couple of shots coming in. Breakneck does find Aojek. Nothing massive though. That's the T-37 down, but still, look at Coca-Cola getting caught out by Lucas and Catch Me there. He's going to make it across, but they've taken a lot for this.
Yeah, a lot of damage going their way, but if you just head up straight through the middle of a map, you're always going to take a lot of damage. The thing is, Povel and Just Cause were waiting for those IS-3s to get into the city. That's why they couldn't engage earlier. But now the IS-3s are here. Bishop will go first, so he's got the most HP. Kusok just there in front of him. And now this is going to be a really big overmatch from Virtus.Pro, and it's just going to come down to player skill.
You'd certainly put that in favor to Virtus.Pro, but still it's not a complete whitewash. Coca-Cola overextending a touch there. Does get a shot towards him. Needs to be careful. At this point, tentative moments as the cap is tied towards the north, but 1390 going to head up behind Guccio, joined by Karitz at T-37. And this is a close game.
Karitz and Breakneck really need to do a lot of damage. They need to take down Guccio because Virtus.Pro is holding down the other flank. And then they need to get the reload on the MX-1390 and push onto these ones. But Stronk Siema knows it.
They know it indeed, and they're going to try and fold right about now. And why not? Virtus.Pro are low. They've got guns in the game, but they shouldn't be able to keep hold of this one. Formula is just going straight in. Stu takes a lot, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get Bishop down. And look at the flank. Catch Me trying to flank around the side. Coca-Cola knows that, but he's so low. Karitz finds Guccio. And now let's see whose favor this falls to. Kusok's there towards Lucas. There's still a crossfire in place of Virtus.Pro. The HP is low though, and they know it. Stronk is making this one count, and they might just do it. They might be able to have that redeeming 3-1 scoreline at this rate. As Povel falls, Catch Me finds Just Cause, and the last two standing are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I think that's realistic. Virtus.Pro winning all 4 rounds on Ruinberg would maybe be a little too much to ask even from the Russian giants, the juggernauts of World of Tanks Europe, as it does look like Karitz and Breakneck. Breakneck obviously a one-shot after that exchange with Guccio will be the last 2 remaining, and Stronk Siema do put around. Nonetheless, only a defending one on Ruinberg on the board. But still, a good game from them, and they did well to know when to push. They made the right decisions, and it does look like, despite losing 3 rounds in a row, they still have their minds in this game. They haven't started tilting all the way to the bottom.
They're a team that've kept their cool, which is something that's actually quite uncharacteristic of younger teams. Normally, they don't have that fortitude, but clearly Stronk keeping hold of things for the Polish fans out there, not letting them down just yet. 3-1 scoreline, though. It's not the worst we've seen on Ruinberg. Yeah. It's keeping them in the game. Now, as much as I'd like to talk about that final round, I have to start talking about the next map, because I feel that's going to be the defining factor here. Can Stronk do anything? Is that a map they can actually achieve the scoreline they need to on?
Yeah, I mean, think so. I mean, Stronk Siema's best map is Himmelsdorf. Obviously, the reason why they would have picked it up. 78% win ratio, 14 rounds played. Virtus.Pro about 55%. So I think this is actually a possibility for Stronk Siema to come back. But yeah, we can look back at the last few moments there of, well, not the last few, the middle moments, the most important moments as Virtus.Pro push up. I think, the writings, well, the warning comes from Stronk Siema when you see the T37 and AMX 3090 of Kreitz and Breakneck to push on to Guzio. They realize, okay, we actually have a chance to go around the corners, because you see Virtus.Pro lost a lot of damage at the beginning, lost some of these side scraping exchanges, and yeah, just didn't have the HP to deal with the might of Stronk Siema's push.
Yeah, it's impressively done so far. Stronk just in that last round showing a little bit of what they're made of. But Virtus.Pro still at that 3-1. Now, next map is Himmelsdorf, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. And Stronk
back
will
in the
start
day,
to defend.
Exactly. Now, back in the day, this used to be Virtus.Pro's best map, pretty much. It was one of their better
Apart
maps.
from like Prokhorovka, which they won like 14 games in a row.
Yeah, we don't talk about that map anymore, because I have flashbacks to terrifying times. Yeah. And if they can't win on it, they'll draw it out until they do. But yeah, Himmelsdorf was one of their good maps. We used to see some of their best games on it, but they seem a little bit different in the new game mode. They don't seem as impenetrable. This is the only chance that Stronk's going to have. What do they need to bring here to really define the difference?
Well, yeah, I think, Virtus.Pro had that dodgy result versus Ding. They had that dodgy result versus Synergy.
Yep.
So, you have that whole equation, and then you have Stronk Siema, who have done pretty solidly on this map. They're a very good team together. You could see that push when they pushed around the corner there on Ruinberg. They're very solid as a unit, and I think that's really going to do them some wonders here on Himmelsdorf. This could possibly be going to a tiebreaker if Stronk Siema can pick up 3 rounds.
Well, we're going to find out soon. But Melly, the people at home, of course, have been voting away, keeping things close, I can imagine, keeping things in mind. But that 3-round result is kind of reflective of what we saw earlier. Are the votes still the same?
Absolutely, and Virtus.Pro is also rising in the community's favor. So 84% currently for Virtus.Pro. So they're back on their way uphill, I guess. So people, if you haven't voted yet, head over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/WGLEU, to get involved. Vote for your favorite team and then predict the exact scoreline in the text field below in our voting app. You can find our voting app by clicking the team vote button right above the timeline. And then, well, hope for the best if you get lucky, and if your prediction is correct and you're one of the 3 fastest, you might win a bonus code. So 500 gold, 8 days of premium. Worth to get involved. Also, tweet us. Use the hashtag WGLEU. I already see great graphics coming in, fan art. We had a GIF yesterday for everyone that didn't see it.
That's great.
I'm very, very happy about it.
Nice spaceship. There's a universe discussion that prompted it, I think.
Yeah, if birds can survive in the universe.
Yes.
Because, well, people pick it up. Do something great. We'll be heading into a short break, and then we'll be heading into our second map, Himmelsdorf, where Stronk will be defending versus Virtus.Pro.
Welcome back to the WGL EU. We are, of course, midway through Virtus.Pro up against Stronk. Siema now. The first map was Runeberg. It wasn't pretty for any Stronk fans out there, but there's a chance of redemption. Yeah,
I think Virtus.Pro has been pretty weak this season on Virtus.Pro has been pretty weak on Himmelsdorf. Stronk Siema have been very strong on Himmelsdorf, and this is their map pick, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see them actually picking up this round. And looking at the results this week from Virtus.Pro and Himmelsdorf, it's certainly somewhere where Stronk Siema can actually, bring this all even to 4-4.
Well, we'll find out very soon, I can imagine. But of course, Melly, the people at home have their last opportunity to vote. How can they do so?
Absolutely. Remember, people, as soon as we're heading into our second map, which is Himmelsdorf, the vote will close. Currently, it's still 84% for Virtus.Pro. So head over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/WGLE, see it right here, and then click on the team vote button, vote for your team, predict the exact scoreline, send it off, and hope for the best, because if you're one of the 3 fastest correct predictions, you might win a bonus code containing 500 gold and 8 days of premium. Another way of getting involved is, of course, our hashtag over at Twitter. Use it. Tweet us, send us awesome stuff, send us your opinions, questions, foresights, predictions, whatever else. Hashtag Stronk, hashtag VPro, combined with hashtag WGLU. And of course, you guys in Twitch chat, tell us, which team do you see in front here? Tell us who do you like more. Tell us who's going to win. It's up to you. Just talk to us.
Exactly. It's up to you guys at home. Get involved, keep Melly busy, otherwise she gets sad and lonely and she gets cats and we worry about her. But we are live into the game now, and Stronk are on the defending side, Virtus.Pro on the attack. And I don't see any massive surprises here just yet.
Let's see if Stronk Siema can actually lose a defending round this season. They've won 7 out of 7 so far. Very impressive scoreline from them. And really going to be hard for Virtus.Pro to break that record. But if they do, they deserve to get themselves into an online playoffs position. Now, you can see Stronk Siema, they were very far up north. They got a good stack. I really like that kind of clump of tanks. The only weakness, of course, will be cap number 1. But you can see Ojek spots that one immediately. Now, they've got an AMX 5100 up there in A2 just to provide a good support, but Ojek receives straight through the window, and Kreitz just wasn't quite in the right position to deal with him and get the final bro. A little bit of miscommunication, some syncing up errors from Virtus.Pro perhaps.
Quite surprising. Normally they're absolutely on the ball with that sort of play, but Ojek just scampers away somehow. 1 through 1 HP. Nice little shot from Breakneck, of course, being the one to gift him such little HP, but good stuff for Virtus.Pro then, just doing what they needed. Not the best result, of course, as you said, that Kreitz could have done something here. And what do we make of this defensive play? Stronk seem to be holding the very back lines possible.
Yeah, Stronk Siema really are looking to stop an 8-line push, but you can see Virtus.Pro are heading towards that western side. I mean, it's definitely harder to deal with. The thing is, the 8-line push is very much an easier tactic. The western side is harder, but if you get it right, it's just impossible for the defenders to win. Now, they still got Kreitz, the MX-12T, and honestly, if I was Stronk Siema, I would be thinking immediately, well, yeah, okay, Virtus.Pro picks a 12T almost every single round on this map, but there is a good chance that because of that small tank, they will be going for that western side, as Breakneck does get spotted now. Let's see what Stronk Siema does to counter this.
Yeah, Virtus.Pro very much down towards the southwest, and of course, I was going to ask you what's the downside to having such a northern stack of defensive players, and it's, of course, well, you leave the western side fairly open. They don't even have a tank down there, which is quite surprising. Normally, we've seen IS-3s been placed down there, or just anything, really, but these guys keeping it very close-knit. We'll have to see if that bites them in the butt a little later on. Certainly a nice little bit of work coming out early on there. The IS-3 just holding that pivotal point, going to be taking a touch lower. And that was speed as Coca-Cola is building towards position, and Virtus.Pro don't seem phased at all yet.
No, this is really standard push forward from the one line by Virtus.Pro. Just Cause will head forwards to E1, E2. He'll hold that corner so he can shoot speed and shooroids if they head around and try and get the decap. You'll see the AMX-12 ton also start to head towards the cap and get the pressure on. Still, Povel's on the hill in the AMX-5100, so he's just ready and waiting in case anything heads through the middle from Stronk Siema. If they go through the EF area to try and get the reset via Kreitz. So at the moment, Virtus.Pro doing very textbook west side play. Let's see if Stronk Siema has what it takes to actually break it. They have options. The classic one would be to push the 2-3 line, just head straight down there, you know, get damage on the corners like we saw Synergy do against Wusa. Or, you know, another option, of course, would be just to go straight in and try and take Creets down the one line.
Well, options are plenty. Let's see if they take any of those up, and hopefully they will soon enough, as so far Virtus.Pro have been absolutely unscathed by this, not taking a single point of damage. You know, to completely take over the areas they want, and we are seeing the IS-3s mobilizing down that 5 line for Stronk Siema, so they're going to be trying to head through that map. But we know if they go off course, if they try and play a little bit unorthodox, that 5100 would be there to greet them, but no. Heading back across towards the D line, get themselves ready to try and play retake here. Breakneck does take 1 shell, so at least they're doing some damage by this point.
Yeah, they are slowly getting back into the game. So it's a 1-4 exchange, but you can see Formula, Lucas Shiasti and Gutio, they have a good corner here. Now, you know, we saw Wusa in the same position. Wusa actually were further forwards, and that's why those 3 tanks could do damage. Virtus.Pro aren't there, so, you know, Stronk Siema have to maybe go forwards, you know, head down that 3 line, which would be straight into the arms of the Virtus.Pro tanks in the G area. So they are, and this could be trouble. But if they get across, they'll be in a great position.
And Formula's 2 shots, and Guccio's backed up. He doesn't fancy his chances. Formula's in trouble. He's certainly uncovered the crossfire that Virtus.Pro are holding back there. And Formula in now a better position, but still quite low HP. Kusok needs to be cautious as well. He's taking a little bit of damage from speed. Catch Me found his place, but the cap's still continuing, and they're going to have to just commit to this soon. Yeah,
I mean, Stronk Siema are doing pretty good. I think they're getting the damage, but the thing is they don't have enough time to continue this one through. Yes, okay, Just Cause and Kusok would fall, but still this cap has 7 left.
7 seconds remaining. It's Formula trying to make a play for it. Kusok doesn't land the shot, and Creets is down and out. The cap is off the table. Now they need to turn their attention to trying to take down Stronk if they can't rekindle that cap. But at the moment, Guccio's surrounded. Bishop doesn't have the shot to make it, but Povel is arriving. Sean's given up the east side control, and someone might be able to make a run for it, but Povel now aware that Aojek is there. Bishop takes a little bit of damage. Can Virtus.Pro keep this one in check? It's Gutio again, taking that next shot. Somehow staying alive, though, and Virtus.Pro not landing as many shots as I'm sure they'd like to.
And Aojek is doing such good work on the hill at the moment. He's just pestering any tank that actually heads that way. I mean, he's not doing a lot of damage per shell, but he is doing the damage. But Coca-Cola is winning the exchanges right now, so still it's in Virtus.Pro's hands. They are doing well. They're going forwards. They got Lucas Shiasti and Speed on a one-shot, but still, Virtus.Pro are kind of playing their own game. They are playing the individual game, which they'll win hands down every time.
Yeah, and Breakneck holding back Steroids and Lucas here. Lucas is down very low to what could be a one-shot if Breakneck gets the angle. Steroids sitting pretty still. He's not too worried just yet. And of course, time is a factor in this one. It is running a little low, so Virtus.Pro need to make their move and make it correct. If Stronk can hold this off, then they're not in a bad place. And look at this, the shots are coming in. Catch Me finds Povel. Just Cause is still on the cap here. Breakneck finally takes down Lucas. But what can these 3 remaining players with Stronk do? Stu, now in a predicament. Bishop's going to challenge him down. Bishop should be able to get this shot Scott for free, as he does. And now down to Catch Me and Aojek. Timing is going to be critical here. Catch Me has 2 shots to make. There goes one. One more in the chamber. Can he do this? No, Breakneck denies, and Aojek already did so much for his team.
I don't think Virtus.Pro has time right now.
What?
They're just a few seconds behind as the cap is getting low, but so is the time.
This is down to the wire. I don't think they've got time. As you said, I don't think anyone can get back there to speed this up. 9 seconds on the cap, 2 seconds remaining. Stronk survived just long enough to close that one down.
Unbelievable stuff from Stronk Siema, just by the skin of their teeth. Aojek doing so much damage on the hill, you know, staying alive. That's the thing. If you have that tank on the hill, you're going to win basically every time if the cap is not an option, because obviously the defenders win if the time runs out and you still have your tanks alive or the cap hasn't been taken. So, yeah, Stronk Siema just about staying in the game there.
By 2 seconds?
Very close. Very, very close indeed. I think Virtus.Pro, they really did a good job. As good as they could have done, but 1 or 2 resets came in which shouldn't have happened. Creets also giving up his life, and Stronk Siema just about did enough.
So I felt that was a little lackluster from Virtus.Pro. They seemed to get everything in the right place, and they were holding well, and then there was just no damage. They didn't seem to be able to kind of get that big push towards the end. Did you see that, or is that just me overreading into it, maybe reading too much into Virtus.Pro?
Well, the problem was Virtus.Pro wanted to push the middle. They wanted to get that courtyard area, but they were so painstakingly aware of what Aojek was doing. If they had pushed the middle, he would have just pumped out the damage, 150 damage per shell, just continuously pestered away, and that would have been a really big problem for them as the game goes through. So, you know, I think Aojek not going down, Virtus.Pro having to take the 5100 of the hill was the main crux. He only did 1.5k damage that round, whilst Breakneck did 3.5k, one of the highest damage dealers this season in this map. So, Yeah, very close with Virtus.Pro. Strong Siema, I like the way they went forwards. I like the way they kept their tanks alive. And you know, playing to that time was definitely a crucial factor for them.
Yeah, a really big factor. And Melly, how are the people finding the map? I guess it's just died up. The votes, I guess, are closed now.
Exactly.
How did it end?
86% for Virtus.Pro, so a very, very strong number at the end. It started out very... yeah, with a 70-ish number, which were not used from former Virtus.Pro, the past match days, of course, due to their lack of performance, lack of showing up on within the games. But yeah, now they're full back on the full Virtus.Pro track. That's what I was trying to say, and it's all 5-3, 5-3, 5-3.
All right, so Virtus.Plow is now running. But then again, you know, this was the first round on the board for Stronk, so they're keeping this one close. I still feel though this scoreline is quite decisive for Virtus.Pro. It's still a very good scoreline so far, but they need to get around on the board pretty soon. Otherwise, Stronk might start getting confident, and you might see it go the other way. We'll have to wait and see. The people at home clearly supporting Virtus.Pro.
Absolutely.
And if they want to get some opinions, maybe, they can still do that as well, right?
Of course, either the comment section on our postings on our Facebook page, or of course the hashtag WGLEU.
Perfect. So there you go. There's your avenue to express your opinions and your deep, dark thoughts to us. And at the
I don't know about deep dark thoughts.
I can only hope so for my fan fiction reading later.
Yeah, get the screenshots.
Virtus.Pro currently set at 3-2 so far. First round on Himmelsdorf went Stronk's way, but by a very small margin. So what do we see this time?
Well, Strong Siema just going super aggressive down that 1-3 line, same as what Wusa did. Maybe expecting to catch something early out here from Virtus.Pro, a team that has been known to be overly aggressive at the beginning of these matches. But I think, you know, Virtus is very much aware as well that, well, they are in an awkward position, you know. Really, what can they do? They need to get these wins in as Bishop Kusok makes the shells on the cross. Perfect timing by them. Nothing was spotted, but they knew that that is a common tactic. So you can really see that Virtus.Pro is very aware of what Strong Siema is capable of doing, what the standard tactics are on Himmelsdorf, and they react to that really nicely. As the two IS3s do push up the 8 line.
Yeah, they may be looking just to try and take the advantage in towards the north while they have it. When everyone's down towards the south, why not? Speed, Guccio, and one other. Gonna have to be a little cautious to not overextend as Povl takes a little bit of damage from Aojek. This man's been having a great performance so far. Second shell comes in, and he has just been a pest. He may not do the highest damage, as you mentioned, but he does what's required, and that's the interesting factor. So it looks like Virtus.Pro are just taking themselves straight towards the north, but Aojek does get called out now. Yeah,
he gets a shell on the cross, but it's still not a big deal. He's alive, he's well. Ooh, but Kusok could have got it then. Oh, but Aojek just
nice positioning.
He just about gets the position in time. Not perfect, but it will be enough for Strong Siema to, get that defensive position if they really need it.
That's really smart play. So at least he's left that option available with what he had left then, which wasn't a great deal amount of time. But Strong are out of position. They're going to have to play catch-up here because let's bear in mind, Virtus.Pro have the cap started. They can get to a good enough position to get ready to counter Strong. I want to see what Stronk can bring now. They have to get up against it because Creed's already catching Lucas a little there. They know where these guys are coming from, and well, Bishop's going to have the time of his life if they just pile down this lovely little corridor.
Yeah, the issue right now for a Strong Siema is that if they go in the middle, they're going to have a pest of Creeds. If they got the 8 line, they got Bishop. But honestly, the middle is the way through. You saw what Wusa did against Synergy. They pushed all the way up the A-B line. It just didn't work out for them. It won't work out for Strong Siema either. That's why they need to go right. They need to go hull down here, and they need to get the resets through the windows. Let's
see if they can do that. You've listed out a good factor here. So they're still kind of heading in the same direction, but still peeking through. Speed there. Trying to tange down Coca-Cola, but they're not going to land the shots. Guccio slips through, but to be met by Kusok and Coca-Cola still as Just Cause and Breakneck will be heading into position. Lucas gets one on the way as well, and this is not looking so good for Strong, not using the angle that you suggested and that we saw work so well before, and Guccio gets decimated in this one as Bishop as well going a little low, but at the end of it, it's Virtus.Pro winning out on HP and numbers now. This is going from bad to worse for Strong.
Yeah, this is really bad news. I would say this is already game over. Virtus.Pro just plowing into Speed. He gets trapped, and, well, Catch Me just tries to clean up, tries to do some damage here. He does find Bishop, but that's really going to be the last he does.
Yeah, Just Cause on reload now, but he's done his job. He's done the duty, and Formula and Stu, the last two standing, and not for long at this rate. Formula in the background, and Stu down to a one-shot. 2 shells to be made here. Povl already has his 1, so gets held up. Formula getting challenged down by Breakneck. Povl waiting for this one, and he should be able to find this just fine. and take down the second to last man standing as Karitz might just want this one. He does. He takes down Formula in the IS3, and Virtus.Pro get themselves on match point.
Yeah, 4-2 now for Virtus.Pro. I think they deserve that first round. They certainly deserve that second round. You could see they're the whole of Stronk Siema ploughed into one position. Virtus.Pro immediately reacted. They got the initial shots with the IS3s, good shots from the side with the 5100s, and then those IS3s could finish Stronk Siema off. 2,000 damage by Kusok, 1.6k by Karitz in an AMX-12T. Fantastic work, second highest damage leader for his team. 1.4k by Sturoids, who did an amazing job for Stronk Siema this week. You know, he really played out of his skin to actually give them, you know, a solid win against Kazaku in that tiebreaker. So good to see him continue his run of good games, but still, Virtus.Pro looking solid in that round.
Yeah, they really did. You can't fault them at that. They saw the weakness, they saw the opportunity, and they took it. So credit to them for not messing around in that factor. Now they are on match point, but the side switch is going to come in, so this could still change around. Stronk so far have looked okay on this map. Not as proficient as Virtus.Pro in that previous round, but how do their stats fare now they're going to change side? It's
pretty funny. Stronk has 57.14% chance of win on the attack, and Virtus.Pro has 57.14% of chance to win on defense. So that's a bit weird. It's complete fluke. But yeah, exactly the same odds. But still, you know, if you have 57.14% on the attack, that is a really good percentage on the attack. So Stronk Siema might just be able to pull around here and you know, still chase Virtus.Pro all the way to the end.
Well, let's see if they can keep as close as they'd like to. Of course, these are the moments within the match that Virtus.Pro just seemed to run with. As soon as they saw the advantage there, they saw the tanks had pushed down towards the south. They saw that as an opportunity to make their game plan come into place. And sadly for Stronk, just not quite strong enough to pull themselves back into that one. But then again, sides are switching. And Melee, people at home, votes are closed though. Have there been any thoughts, any questions yet? Are you okay there, Ollie?
I think there...
I overcooked that one, boys. Sorry, Melee.
Oh, Ollie, did you realize that Ollie's trying to smile?
I don't know what that accent was. White, by the way. I don't know what that was.
But sometimes when I look in that direction, I see Ollie like trying to get the corners of his mouth.
Sorry, I'm trying to be cheerful.
First
of all, people tell me I should smile more. Then when I smile more, I get abuse from Melee. It's like when I speak German, people give me abuse, so I don't bother.
No. I'm just not used to it. I like it though. I'm not discouraging you. I'm sorry. If you like Ollie's smile, head over to Twitter and use the hashtag WGLEU to tell us.
It's gonna be like a Joker meme or something.
Because the vote is closed. I'm sorry. The next vote will be up as soon as this match ends. And of course, get your opinions in via Twitter as well. Use the hashtag WGLEU. Ollie, I like your smile.
Thank you.
Aww.
Now she's backtracking.
She's just trying to flirt with you now.
She's
I think we might have to move Ollie over this side to stop this. Please keep your clothes
on. It's really hot in here.
Oh, Jesus. All right, guys, I'm getting a little bit upset. I don't know what's going on. I am. Oh, God, I can't deal with it. Anyway, hopefully the game starts soon. Let's stop talking about Melee's attraction to Ollie, apparently. Yeah. It's all gone a little bit south. One smile and look at it. It works. Anyway, we're back into the game. 4-2 is the scoreline. Virtus.Pro on match point here. Stronk need to turn up now. Yeah,
they really do need to start upping the ante. Otherwise, they are going to go home with a loss and, you know, making it all the more unlikely that they will qualify to those playoffs as one of the few strong Polish teams. But still, they have a chance. They are on their favourable side on Himmelsdorf, and Virtus.Pro on their weaker side, as a few blind shots do go towards Gusio's position. He doesn't get caught by them, though, so at least he'll be all right. He can tuck himself away for a little bit and see what Virtus.Pro can do. Classically, a very good defending side. They used to love defending in the previous game mode. Never actually attacked, I'm pretty sure. Might have been why they won so much, but still, 6 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. As Gusio gets a nice little angle there. It's very comfortable, very snug. But yeah, predictable play from both teams at the beginning. I think, you know, Virtus.Pro, they went for those initial damages. They very would much like to get the tier 6 down. They didn't manage to do that. Now they'll just be going for a north side stack, but they haven't left any IS3s. So yeah, one of them just stops there. You'll have to see if he actually keeps that position, as they do have a northern stack going on. I would hate to see Virtus.Pro just start chucking everything in the wind and you know, praying to the World of Tanks gods that it somehow works, as Stronk Siema hold that cross right now, and they have the T-37 spotting up that line, and maybe they'll just start heading forwards any second now towards the 8 line.
We'll see. We'll see what they go for here. Keeping my eyes on Stronk because they are crossing over. Catch Me, Speed, Formula, Lucas, Steroids all heading through. Of course, the T37 of Guccio still on that hill. And they will get themselves lined up by that 3 line. Karitz is the one to actually get a face for this. He's going to realise there's a fair few players here, and I do want to see how Virtus.Pro now respond.
Yeah, so, I mean, okay, I got it wrong. I obviously wasn't going to be the 8 line, it was going to be the 1 to 3 line because they could have just gone to the 8 line at the beginning anyway. So, yeah, I mean, the 1 to 3 line now going towards where Strong Siema want. But still, you know, Catch Me getting the first damage, and also Virtus.Pro just being in a position immediately to defend his lines. I just don't see how they're going to walk away with this win, but Karit's going down to Catch Me, which is a good pickup for Strong Siema as they do go forwards trying to take this cap.
Yeah, let's see if they can keep this one up. Stronk taking a little bit of damage as well. Catch Me, of course, being that player, and Speed as well taking a touch. But they do get some shots back towards Bishop, so they're trying to keep this one as close as possible. We saw that this did become close last time, but Stronk were able to pull ahead. That one round they did get on this map. And they are just going to pile up this line. Oh, this could be a disaster. If it's going to be shooting fish in a barrel at this rate if they keep going on like this. But actually not that many shots coming through. Just Cause holding on to his. Not making the shot just yet. The cap is going to be started, but Virtus.Pro already in the right position.
But I would say really this is all right for Strong Sim. You know, Virtus.Pro losing their T37, you saw Ojek made such a big difference when Virtus.Pro were in the same position that, I mean, it could be good for Strong Sim. As long as they don't take too much damage right now, they're going to force Virtus.Pro out their cubby holes, they're going to force them forwards, and Strong Sim will be able to get those first bits of damage. So actually, this is okay. They've also got Guccio coming from behind. He can shut down Povil for a bit and, you know, cost Virtus.Pro some time.
Certainly could, but time is of the essence now. 14 seconds left, and this cap is still sitting fairly pretty here. And, oh, the 5100 starting to split through now. It might be a little bit too late to the party. Breakneck, Bishop, and Just Cause need to stop this. 8 seconds left. This is going to get close. Strong might be able to pick this one up, and they're just making no shots here. Breakneck tries to make one, and, well, it's just a little lackluster here. Coca-Cola's the one going out on a limb. He's going to try and do the work. He's trying to get the connections, but he goes down. Povil with the 1-for-1 exchange, but certainly this is still in favor to Strong. They're still doing this, but they're finally getting some damage towards them.
Yeah, finally, but, you know, Coca-Cola going down. Just Cause does respond onto Formula 1, one of the highest damage dealers last round, but Guccio is going to be such a pest from behind.
Yeah, he's certainly going to be a factor here. Look at him. Not going to be out of it just yet. Breakneck, though, we'll have a shot any second now, and I wouldn't want to challenge him down, especially in the IS-3, but Guccio still up and running. But with every second, this gets harder for Strong because the time is running out.
Exactly, but you know, Strong Siema don't have that tier, Virtus.Pro don't have that tier 6, and they know that. So, you know, it's going to be quite easy for Strong Siema just to finish off these tanks if they do manage to actually win the exchanges, and then Virtus.Pro will lose this round.
Get going.
Well, some factors need to fall into place for that. Let's see if they do. 4.5k still with Virtus.Pro against the 2.5 of Strong, who are on the attack. They really need to keep hold of these HP points, but Speed does find Bishop at least. They're trying to work them down slowly, but surely Povil finds Guccio.
Finally.
So there's that threat gone, but it did take some time.
I wasn't sure where Povil is at all. I mean, he's really on full HP. He's got 6 shells left. Well, he did. He's doing good damage against Steroids, who has to reverse there in AMX 5100. Now, Kusok might be going on to via Speed and Lucas Shiasti. It's a 2 versus 1 situation, and Speed should be able to win this.
He should do, but Kusok with the 1-for-1 exchange basically going forward. Just causes every shell available now. He can just pile those through. But will Speed be able to get the shot off first? Kusok has his, gets it, Speed goes down, and Stronk down to 2 tanks now. This is Virtus.Pro on the verge of picking up a very well-needed win here. Lucas and Steroids standing in their way, and Just Cause sweeping aside Lucas means that Stu now has to deal with the 4 oncoming tanks. They know exactly where he is. And it might just be Kusok to land the final shot, and it is Virtus.Pro. Big scoreline coming through then, and certainly well-deserved.
Yeah, I think that was Virtus.Pro not playing at their peak efficiency, but playing a lot more proficiently than they have done in a lot of these games this season. Good play all around. I thought a little bit dodgy on Rurenberg in many respects, but they showed some real class on Himmelsdorf. Good individual play. You know, some missed timings. I think Povil, you know, for instance, could have been in that game a lot quicker. And then for Strong Siema, I think they played maybe as good as they could have done. I think there were some mistakes there, some miscommunications in there, some individual mistakes, but a good showing from them. It's a bit of a shame, Virtus.Pro keep their position with that win in 3rd place, and Stronk Siema also keep their position down in 8th place. So nothing won, nothing lost, but still, Virtus.Pro now in a very, very neat place for those playoffs.
Exactly, and to be fair, I'd say if Stronk met Virtus.Pro on a different day, there could have actually been a different result in this. But Virtus.Pro turned up today like the team that we know they can be, and they get themselves back within that top 4. Synergy just a touch ahead of them, but Kazna slipping down a little here. You can see the effect of even just some of those closer games going to that tiebreaker map has an effect, and as you said, those Stronk don't really lose out on much in this one.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's an interesting. It's really getting tight. It's really getting tight. I think Virtus.Pro, if they win against Supreme, that you could see some upsets there for 2nd place against Tornado. You have that whole duel going on for the rest of the season. But that's a storyline for another day for sure. I really want to see how Stronk Siema can kind of bounce back. They still have a chance here, a very slim one, to actually get into those playoffs, but it's going to be hard.
Yeah, it will be. They're down to their last chance to make it in towards the playoff side of things. They seem safe, I'd say, overall. I don't think they're going to slip down to those final spots, but still, got to keep your eyes on that one. And guys, obviously, stay tuned and keep up to date with all of the happenings. That's through the social media aspect. Of course, Melly will be keeping you up to date with that one. But let's bear in mind, ASAP against Ding coming up next, Melly, is going to be the next big test.
That's actually a match I wouldn't dare to say much to. I mean, looking on the numbers, Ding is clearly placed above ASAP. But we saw some magic from ASAP's side. And we don't. Well, I don't know if they can manage. They manage to do it again. They will manage to do it again. Let's see, people. But your opinion counts, anyways. So head over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/WGLEU, and get involved in our vote. Vote for your favorite team by clicking on the regarding team logo, and then enter the prediction for this matchup in the text field below. Send it off, and the earlier you get involved, the earlier you vote, the higher your chances are of actually winning bonus codes, because the first 3 correct predictions will be considered in our bonus code giveaway. So people, as said, head over to our Facebook page and vote. Another way of getting involved is, of course, via Twitter. Use the hashtag WGLEU or LoveMore. That's actually something new. I like that. So get involved. We love reading from you, even if it's silly tweets and space stuff. So get involved. We love you. Short break. We'll be back in roughly 10 minutes with our next match, which is ASAP versus Ding.